Welcome back. It's day 283 of this Growing Passion Fruit from Seed series. I'm Melvin Way. I know it's only been 2 days since the last update, but I wanted to show you what's going on with my passion fruit and the work I'm doing to this pot. So that's a seedling that's been around for a long time. It sprouted very late in the series. I've kept it, but it's not doing too well. The cuttings are actually doing better. I don't believe that's solely due to positioning. So the water has fallen beneath the top of the water tray, and I used a siphon for the second time in this series to switch out the water essentially. Although there's not a lot you can do about all those scummy flakes, and it would just be too much work and maneuvering to lift up this pot somehow and take out the tray, so siphoning is the best way. So I just scattered on some dry potting mix that I sterilized maybe 2 or 3 weeks ago, or maybe it's been longer, but it's bone dry, and I just wanted to cover up those fine roots that were exposed from previous waterings where I took off this rubber shower cap. So I'm watering from the top because I want the fertilizer, the vegetative growth kind from Miracle-Gro that I sprinkled on the top and covered up with some dirt, to diffuse from top to bottom and not just be stuck there. If I filled up the white tub with water, even if it was completely full, the water table essentially would never generate a fast enough absorption gradient to get the top layer of soil wet and distribute the fertilizer. It would probably cause burns, and those little seedlings and cuttings, the 3 on top, would never get any water. Those would dry out and be dead within a week's time, I bet, because the main vine is so efficient at sucking water out of the dirt. The moment the water line in the white tub falls beneath the top of the watering tray opening, then all the dirt just gets desiccated almost immediately. So the demand for water is very, very considerable. The appearance of the balcony from the outside is getting better and better. It has a very lush feel now. I'm sure the neighbors and people walking by have noticed. So this is a problem with potting mix in general. If you have any low-lying, sprawling leaves, as I have with many plant series in 2017, then they just get caked with potting mix particles when you water from the top. You just kind of flood water and vermiculate, and all those light particles rise, and then they get trapped on the leaves. So you have to manually remove those later, or just shower them off, spray them off with water. It's kind of a chore, but it's just something you have to do. And since I increased the soil volume here today, it's just going to be more of a problem. But I'd like to keep these things alive on the top just for the sake of interest, even though I know I'm just going with this main vine in the center. So if you remember from 2 days ago, there was that vine offshoot that attached to my sweet Annie, sweet wormwood. I've rerouted that. It's finally long enough. And as I pulled off the tendrils, they were just coiled to the end of a branch of sweet Annie. All this pollen, yellow pollen, just flew off and scattered around and swirled in the air because it's got all those little yellow flowers. So yeah, I'm not going to show all the watering. It took maybe, I forgot how many liters I put in, maybe 4 containers of this. That's 12 liters, I believe. So in the end, I just took off the rubber showering cap and I poured water directly in the bottom after I was sure that the soil at the top got saturated with water. Alright, so thanks for watching this update. It'll be probably another week before the next one.